Hey guys, it's your girl Nurse C with the Medical Tea, and I just wanted to give some information that you may not have about COVID-19, aka coronavirus, BKA that Rona. So here are a couple of things that you should know. First, please do all your own research. As a medical healthcare professional, we have tools that we need to be able to take care of the public. And right now, because everybody is scared and really not educating themselves the way they need to, we're missing a lot of supplies that we need to be able to take care of the public and people that may have the case of or may be getting ruled out for it. So a lot of things that I've been seeing in the public is the mask wearing thing. This is a controversial issue. I do know that, and I am not putting my name in a hat to say what is right and what is wrong. All I want you to do is educate yourself so that you will know what you need to do and use an algorithm to see what you need. So let's talk about the algorithm. Should I wear a mask? Well, answer these questions before you think about it, before you go ahead and buy the mask. 1, do I have a cold? If the answer is yes, then when you need to go in public, if you need to go in public, the answer is yes. Because you have a cold and because you're immunocompromised, which means your immune system is lower than usual to fight off issues of viruses, then yes, you should wear a mask. However, I prefer that, or the healthcare world prefers that, if you're immunocompromised, say like you have cancer and you're taking chemo, or you have the common cold, or you have the flu, or you have anything that can basically suppress your immune system, and while you're fighting off viruses, you should really just be home. You should not be in the public if you don't have to. But if you have to, yes, you do need a mask. Here's this other part of the algorithm. Do I need to wear a mask? I don't have a cold. I'm healthy as I've ever been, and I'm able to fight off any infection that comes my way with no issues. The answer is no, you do not need a mask. The coronavirus has droplet precautions such as like the flu, and if I am 6 feet away from you and I cough in your eye, sneeze on you, the mask is not going to help you to survive not getting it. All it is in basically incubating what has already happened. So you're wearing a mask, you're incubating yourself and making yourself more susceptible to the virus. Please note, I should say that all of this information can be found on the CDC website, Center for Disease Control, at www.cdc.gov, or the World Healthcare Organization, aka WHO. Please go on these websites. I am not your medical professional. I am just giving you information that has already been placed on these websites, which is where you should do most of your research. I know that the news media has made it sensationalized. It's a really big story right now. So of course, in order to do these things, they have to sensationalize and make it bigger than what it is. What it's caused is scare in the communities around us. So in order to not be as scared, you need to educate yourself. The reason why I'm making this video is because there's a shortage of masks right now that we so desperately need in the healthcare world. We have to take care, not only is the coronavirus, but there are people that have meningitis, there are people that have the flu, there are people that have tuberculosis. These are also droplet viruses that can and will affect you more rapidly right now, according to the CDC, than the coronavirus. So it's no different than how you feel about, there's no vaccination right now for the coronavirus, but there's a vaccination for the flu. The flu and the coronavirus share similar symptoms. However, people still choose not to be vaccinated. So if you're walking around unvaccinated from the flu and you're not wearing a mask and you're not doing the things to protect yourself from the flu, then you should ask yourself, should I be doing these things to protect myself from the coronavirus? So it's really basically you have to use more common sense. You have to educate yourself and you have to be careful. Now, I do want people to be safe, so you're always going to take precautions by wiping down surfaces, washing your hands, covering your mouth, throwing away dirty tissues, don't leave it on the ground. You want to do all those things, but I also want you to just please educate yourself. This is Nurse C with the Medical Tea, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can always, like I said, go to World Health Organization, or you can go to the Center for Disease Control and get more information. There has been cases of people infected, but there hasn't been a whole bunch of people dying. And I think that's where the scare comes from, because they only tell you about the less than 1% that's dying, and not so more about people that's infected that are getting better. So while it doesn't have a vaccination, and the flu does have a vaccination, people are still choosing not to be vaccinated from the flu. So treat this as if you would treat precautions when you know you're not vaccinated from the flu, but you know there's a chance you can get it. If you also, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask your neighbor healthcare professional. We are more than happy to educate the public. That is what we do. We want everybody to feel safe. We want everybody to be safe and be in an environment where you don't have to be fearful. Now, I want to just address the schools closing and things closing. The reason why this is happening is because a lot of these places are closed quarters. People will go to work sick. People will go to school sick. You don't want to continue to spread the virus by being around people who are sick and immunocompromised and can spread it more because they may get coughed on, sneezed on, things like that. So as a precautionary, things are closing so that we are not making it more of a national spread. It's not so much that things are going on that people are not talking about. We get updated every day in the healthcare world what's going on. These are all precautionary closings to disinfect the buildings, to clean the buildings. These are what we're doing. These are the things that we're doing to take major precautions. And so please do not be dismayed that there's like this issue that is not being resolved. We are taking all of the precautions, and I think that right now, because we only see that all these places are closing and they're not really telling you why, that also is causing scare. So yeah, and then there's also, like, I go back to the vaccination. People don't always vaccinate their children. So if you have these unvaccinated people walking around in closed quarters, yeah, they're going to get sick. They're not protected against what they can be protected against. And I'm not here to say whether you should vaccinate or not vaccinate. That is totally up to you. That is your right. I'm just saying these are some of the things that we've seen a surge in sicker people because people are not doing these things that we were doing 20 years ago. So like I said, I hope that I don't offend anybody. That's not my intention. I just want to educate and give people a sense of calmness and relief to say if you are not sick and you are healthy, you probably have less of a chance catching it than someone with cancer, someone with HIV, someone who has recently gotten over the common cold. If you have questions, again, you can always hit me up, flawlessnurseboss@gmail.com. Go to the World Health Organization.gov or CDC.gov, which is Center for Disease Control. Thank you guys, and you have a great day. Bye.